Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about two important things that you should consider when you're called back for more than one character in a production. My name is Doug Fahl and this is Augmented Actor. If you're new here, this is a channel for actors where we help you augment your acting career by adding things to it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about being called back for multiple characters in a show. The first piece of advice I want to give is prepare for all of those roles equally. Oftentimes when we get called back for a theater show or something, there's one character that we identify with a little bit stronger than the rest, or that we really want. Sometimes we're not even called back for that character, and so we feel a little ripped off, and we have to make up characters for these other characters that we aren't really interested in playing. But it's important that you do the work for all of those characters, especially the one that you really wanted to be called back for. Put a little extra time into that, but do it for all of the characters, because that really shows a director that you are dedicated to making something work, and that you are versatile, and that you can come up with character ideas, and that they have options for casting you. It gives them a little bit more flexibility. Now, you can always turn down a role that you aren't interested in, but don't decide that before you go to the audition, because sometimes you can get cast in a show in a smaller role, or a role that you didn't intend to play, and it can end up being a really valuable time and really enjoyable experience. So don't count that out at the beginning. Now, the second piece of advice I have is to make very distinct choices between the different characters that you're playing. I once directed a production of Christmas Carol. You can see my experience with that in the playlist that's on your screen. And I had a lot of really good actors, and I didn't quite know where to put them, what roles to put them in. And I know certain actors wanted to play certain roles, but I wanted to see what my options were. So I called people back for multiple roles. And the ones who came in, there were a few actors that came in, and every single time they came in to read for a different character, they gave me a different accent, a different age, a different physical quality. They played around with making each character different. And it not only made me laugh, but it also made me realize that particular actor, those particular actors were really versatile and willing to do some work and willing to make some distinct choices. That gave me so many options. It made me relax a little bit as a director, because I thought, hey, I can put this person wherever I want. It also made me think, because that person is really good at playing characters, I'm going to give them a bigger role. I'm going to give them something that I wasn't even anticipating giving them, because they did such a good job at playing all these different characters. And then there's the people that come in and they kind of play themselves. And that's okay. I do that too. Every character starts with yourself, basically. And so, it's rooted in you, but you got to make some changes so you can look like you're not just doing the same character for every character you're reading for. So actors that would come in for my audition to do that, they're good actors, and I still cast them in the show, but it kind of limited the range of roles that I saw them for. So basically, if I didn't have that specific role for them, or somebody was better in that role, then they didn't get cast. It also made my puzzle-making casting process a lot more difficult. So always give strong choices. A lot of shows have ensembles, especially musical theater, but a lot of shows have smaller characters that are each actor plays multiple characters throughout a show. So being able to be very versatile in your character choices can also help you get cast in those ensemble roles and in those smaller parts. And when you're just starting out as an actor, those are very crucial stepping stones in your career to playing the leads and the secondary characters. So what are some choices that you can make when you want to play characters different? Well, first of all, different dialects. Give each character a slightly different dialect. If it's a British show, there's tons of different British dialects. If it's an American show, give one a Southern dialect, one a New York, one a Midwest, and that kind of thing. Give each character a quirk of some sort. Maybe one has a little bit of a hunch or a limp, or maybe one talks with a lisp, or maybe one is fidgety and one is more stoic. and reserved and calm. Also, a quick way to establish a new character is to give them a base human emotion. And this is Warner Laughlin's technique. Basically give them a need or a fear that is an overlying personality trait of that character, and then play that really heavily in the scene. Now you can give your character a different age, you can change the quality of your voice, make it a little bit gruff in one thing, give them a high pitch in another. Give each character a unique objective in the scene, something that you don't tell anybody else. And these could be crazy, like maybe you have a crush on one of the other characters, or maybe you're trying to hide a secret from another character. Just having that objective gives you a different way to play the scene. It's going to be a different choice than everybody else, and no one's going to be able to tell quite what was different about your performance. So I have a video on 3 entrances. This is an exercise by Uta Hagen, and it basically asks 3 simple questions for your character: where they came from, what they're doing when they go in there, and what their goal is in the scene. And by changing those 3 objectives really quickly, you can come up with lots of interesting character choices. I just want to remind you that I have links down below to all the books and videos that I mentioned in this video, so take a look at the description on YouTube. The script will dictate what your character choices are. Try to think of what other people are likely to do with that character, and then choose something a little bit different, a little bit off the beaten path, in other words, because that really also shows something to a director that you're doing something unique. You're bringing something that nobody else has brought to the role. It's really hard to determine what other actors are going to do. But basically, if you look at something and say, my first choice would be to do this, well then probably a lot of other people's first choice would be to do that as well. So start with that, but build on it and make it different. Some of my best auditions are when I have gone in and I've played a really crazy character, and I've mimicked somebody or imitated somebody, and I've made the director laugh at the audition. Now, is it always the right choice? Who cares? It doesn't matter if it's the right choice for the part. What matters when you're playing multiple characters is that you make a choice. Make a choice. Okay, I guess that's about it, everybody. I don't want to waste your time. You got other videos to watch. And if you don't, well, there's some suggestions on your screen right now. I will talk to you again next time. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.